This week we're pushing ourselves and our biking limits.
So cool, so pretty.
And headed to one of the so-called hardest mountain biking destinations in the world, Molini, Italy.
Ooh, this is sketchy.
Molini is a very small town nestled in the Ligurian Alps, and very few people know this, but it's considered to be one of the best places on planet Earth to ride your bike.
Oh man, so cool.
So far, we've celebrated our bikes making it on the plane, eaten some of Europe's best food,
Chocolate eclair!
got a rude awakening to how steep Molini mountain biking is,
That was some gnarly stuff right there.
ridden through some incredibly old villages,
This is cool.
and had one of the hardest days we've ever had on our bikes.
Whoa!
Today we're going to ride some of the most beautiful trails we've ever ridden,
So amazing.
try to chase down some of Commencal's professional enduro racers, continue raiding the trails,
Woo!
and even run into an unusual traffic jam. Join us on this adventure to see if Molini really is Europe's hardest mountain bike destination.
Oh, slippery.
We are kitted up and ready to go with a special group of riders today. But before I tell you who we're riding with, we gotta get the bikes in the van.
It's gonna fit. Come on. Oh, so close.
Day 4 in Molini, Italy. We've got one ride, but it might be the most epic ride we've ever done. We've got a bit of a crazy traverse and then dropping into amazing black trail with even better views. Let me elaborate. We drove way up the mountain to this non-existent trail that is actually a trail to get to the black.
Oh yeah. Right on the edge there. The vulture. Sitting on the top of the rock. Must be huge. There's something else on the left. Another one.
Yeah, there's two.
Oh.
Coming for us. You smell something.
These are most likely griffin vultures.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
They can have a wingspan of over 3 meters and are said to help recycle the carcasses of wild and domesticated herbivores.
Wow, that's cool. Not a bad traverse view here. So cool. Getting day 4 started on the bike here in Molini. Got some adventure biking today. Took a lot of water to get that tree down.
When we're on backcountry rides, it's actually not that uncommon to run into hike bikes just like this. Alright, for today's crew, we've got Eduardo, Sam, and Pablo from Mexico, who we've been with the last couple of days, and our absolute rippers. Then we're riding with Elliot and Alden, pro riders from the Commencal enduro team, legendary photographer Sven Martin, and Albie from Molini MTB. A crazy crew.
Incredible.
That's so cool.
So we've got this world-class crew and world-class views. These are some of the best we've ever seen on a bike. Elliot and Alden take the gnarly drop-in line, and then Sven shows off the goods, and that he's not only a photographer but can ride a bike. To say the least, I am a little bit intimidated today.
Here we go.
Something that is actually nice about today is we got to pedal quite a bit and warm up before we dropped in.
Professionals took the free ride drop lines, of course. We're just out here trying to survive. Oh, unintended push up there.
It was clear right off the bat how fast these riders were. They were gone. There was no keeping up with them, not even close. It was just riding our own ride back here.
I think this is the 3rd river crossing. Hoping to warm up a little faster today. Just pedaling up this amazing mountain here. Well, not really up, more like traversing. It is outstanding. Yeah. Our fearless leader and guide, Albie.
Impossible to get up.
We're gonna grab one last great view before we drop in and can't look at anything but our front tire.
Yeah.
Here we go. All that climbing and traversing led to this, and we are dropping in right now.
Maybe the first downhill push. There we go.
Doesn't look like it, but this is an incredibly rocky and chunky start to our downhill ride. Whew. And these guys in front of me are taking off.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example of where having a big old enduro bike like this Rebel Rail I'm riding is absolutely essential. Having all that travel really smooths out, or helps to smooth out the trail when it gets crazy and chunky like this. Also, can we talk about the views real quick here? Holy smokes, I'm not seeing them at all on the bike, but they are outstanding. We really didn't have much expectation of what this trail was going to be like, and that top part was a little more chunky than we expected, and this next part is a lot more chunky.
Whew. Oh man, don't look up, but do look up if you're watching the video. So cool, so pretty.
This is where you just need to really check yourself and not try and keep up with these riders. If you check out this trail, I've already mentioned how chunky it is, but look at how small that little line is that you're trying to ride or put your front and rear tire. It is super narrow and makes you feel like you're riding a skinny at speed.
So amazing.
It's right through here where I start to build a little bit of confidence, which actually ends up backfiring on me. Because of the confidence, I'm trying to speed up, and when I'm speeding up through here, I actually lose my line a couple of times, and it scares me quite a bit. And it's never good when you're riding fast down gnarly terrain and you get a little bit scared. Fast riding over gnarly rocks like this is a recipe for disaster, and Sven had that happen. He actually broke his wheel.
Oh, that was awesome.
You know, I had to do the person today.
You jumped those rocks?
Yeah.
Whew, so cool.
A rare time when I'm getting to ride behind Emily on this trip. We just had so many malfunctions with our cameras, and the speed of the riders had us not riding together all that much. So this is actually really cool. Just a quick break before we hop into the next, more technical switchbacky section.
Thank you.
This trail just offers so much. We had the traverse, some pedaling, the rocks, and fast chunk up top. Now we're dropping into some more switchbacks and this tall grass, which is a problem for me because of how narrow it is. The GoPro really sucks in these situations. I'm feeling super uncomfortable because of how narrow this is, and the drop on the right side is actually legit. You see the bushes, but you do not want to know what is beyond those bushes. It just keeps on going down.
Keep catching the pedal on the left side and it throws me off.
When you catch a pedal, it's actually really scary because it jolts your bike out of control, and in a situation like this, you do not want to be out of control.
God dang it.
Oh man, my confidence is suffering right now. We've got these really fast riders. They're not slowing down at all as the trail gets more and more gnarly like this. And I would really like to keep up, but I just keep making mistakes and it's piling up. It's not a recipe for success. At this point, I'm just thinking, man, can I make it down this whole trail in one piece? I don't know. This trail is just tossing me around. I'm getting out of control. It can be really hard to figure out where your limits are when you're mountain biking like this, especially when you're with super fast riders. We've been riding for 4 days now here on some of these trails that are harder than anything we've ridden before, and we're still trying to go at 100%. FYI, this just got super steep.
It's so sick. The rocks are amazing. Turns are a little bit tough.
Positive self-talk is a tactic that I'll use to keep myself from getting into a dark place. It actually really helps. That's another bike down. We've had one broken wheel and one busted up derailleur. When you're riding trails like this, you never know what's going to happen. All kinds of things on your bike are in harm's way. This section is super steep and gnarly and rocky, but I've got to say it's really nice when you don't have a cliff that you would fall off if you make a mistake.
Woo! Yeah. Oh man, so cool.
Sometimes you look at it and it's just not worth it, and that's totally fine. It's amazing that this is only rated a black. This would be double black in most other trail systems. When a nose pivot is required, yep, double black for sure. This section keeps tricking us with a little bit of flow and then throws us right back into gnarly rocks. Here you can see the trail exit, but you just gotta make it to the end.
Nice one.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. The rain has found us.
Here we thought we were done, but we still have to make it down the last part of the black in the rain. And check this out, the trail is now more overgrown. We've got rocks, roots, and grass.
All right, riding behind Emily for maybe the first time on this trip or second time. See if I can catch her, but she's riding fast. This super techy stuff. Super impressive. Oh man, these branches, I don't have my goggles on because it's raining. So they got all wet and fogged up, but now the branches are hanging down, hitting me in the face. Ooh, this is sketchy. Ooh. Whew.
Just as the sky is starting to open up and rain falling down, we have to finish this last part through the town and overgrown trail to get back into Molini.
Woo! Oh, slippery. The rocks are super slippery.
I am riding so slow through here because it feels like my front tire is going to break loose on these rocks at any moment. But dang, this is so cool. Even with the rain, it is amazing to ride through these old towns. This trail just keeps having false endings, and this part gets us into some super tight switchbacks with rocks underneath grass, and it's all wet. So you've got wet grass on top of wet rocks. It is so slippery through here.
Oh jeez. Woo! Traffic jam. Grazie. One of those special Italian things.
Even on the GoPro, you can see how steep and tight these corners are. What that tells you is that they are even more steep and tight than how they look. It's just another one of those times that I wish I had mastered a nose pivot. It would make these so much more fun and faster.
You good? Oh, sticker bush tried to foil my plans. Well, I had one or two nice turns. And I have never been on a trip where I got left behind so much as this trip. I mean, it's pretty cool to be with riders that are this good. I just want to be able to ride better and better.
That'll do it for this epic ride. 9.4 miles, 3,000 feet of ascending, difficulty of 8 out of 10, a fun of 10 out of 10. Even though I didn't ride my best today, that trail was fantastic and I'd highly recommend it to anyone and hope we get to do it again.
Back to Molini.
We did get out on one more short ride today, but the rain rained us out, so that'll do it for today.
End of day bike washing.
Super sticky cow poop on the bike today.
Sorry, folks.
In the next video, we have our last day in Molini, and it is a awesome day.
Quite steep.
We meet some new cool people that we end up riding with in the future.
Woo!
Hit some new super fun and super sketchy trails, and we can't wait to show it to you. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day.
Phew! Whew! Yeah, bucking along.